Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm kind of filming a get ready with me with some new products, some products that I've been enjoying lately. I have tried like a couple of them before. I just thought it would be nice to kind of show you some of the newer things that I have that I've been playing with. This includes some like Benefit, some Flower Beauty, which I thought would be really nice. Like I feel like Flower Beauty is quite new to us over in the UK. So there are quite a few things for us to try, some brows, some lips. I have most of a face of first impressions. So if you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave. And if you press that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload. And if you want to see what products I use to create this look, then please keep on watching. I had literally started filming, I was buffing product in, and I realised I hadn't even pressed record. Like, I was doing so well. So as I mentioned in the introduction, I'm going to use some newer products, some products that I've already owned, kind of just get ready and test a couple of new things out. I don't have loads of new things, but a few, so I thought it was worth just popping them all in a video. So today we're using the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Foundation. I think the testing video went up yesterday, so I'll link that down below. I did get out a new LA Girl sponge, and you don't like realise the difference in like your sponges until you get a new one out. Well, I never think so anyway. Like this one is just so soft in comparison. I feel like when you've used the other one for so long, the edge goes a bit like solid, which obviously isn't very nice. The wind is like vicious today. I live in quite an old flat and the windows aren't like double glazed or anything, and they rattle so much in the wind, so I am sorry if you kind of hear that going on in the background. Oh my god, I am looking like orange, but you know what? I love the foundation. I think I just need to like start mixing it with my whitening drops in the future, you know, bring it back down to like my skin tone a little bit. So this is one of the new products I'm trying. I got it out of the box when I realised that we had stopped filming. So this is the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Concealer. It's supposed to be like full coverage, creaseless, weightless, like natural looking. So I'm just going to pop a nice amount under the eye, and then I'm going to blend it out like one eye, and then we'll see how it goes like in terms of the other. So some concealers can like dry down, like if you put like one on one eye, start blending, and you've already got some on the other. It can dry before you start blending, so when I'm first testing out a concealer, I don't really like to just pop it down and wait, because I don't want it to set and then ruin the rest of the makeup. That is so nice. The colour is quite similar, but I feel like it's quite dewy and has like brightened up the entire look. And I am going to set it with my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless Pressed Powder. I find that like if I set it then immediately, it doesn't have the time to crease. And with like proper like creasy under eyes like I have, it's very like prone to creasing no matter what kind of concealer you use. I haven't like been in a position yet where I felt like comfortable not setting my concealer, to be honest. So I am just going to pop some more under my eyes. I then tend to pop a little bit on my nose. I know I lose like coverage on my nose, so I always pop a bit of extra there on my chin. And sometimes like if I feel the need, I'll pop it just here like above my brows. Like when I carve my brows out later, I will definitely have a bit more coverage on there, but for now I tend to put like a little bit there, and then on the sides of my nose too. If I have any blemishes, then the concealer will go on that, but I've been like on my skincare to the point where I don't have many blemishes anymore. I'm fairly lucky. Now I do always set like the areas that I know I lose coverage, so I always set my chin and I always set my nose. I find it helps everything like last a little bit longer. The rest of my face, I'm going to use the 17 Miracle Matte Loose Powder. Just got the lid here so you can see which one I mean. And then I'm just going to set my cheeks. I'm also just going to set around like the temple. I always leave the middle of the forehead so it has like that dewy like glow, but I need to set my cheeks to blend powder products on top, and then I tend to put like bronzer around here a little bit, so I always set that just in case, you know. So I have set the relevant parts of my face, and now we're going to go in with a couple of like the Benefit products. So I did pick up a mini Ka-Brow and Gimme Brow. I have tried these out like a couple of times and I have really been enjoying them. So I've started doing my brows first because I definitely find that if I'm running behind, like after I've done my brows, I can skip other steps. With the glowy foundation, I don't feel like highlight is like as important to me. I find that I can skip other steps, whereas like I wouldn't skip my brows, because actually if I go out my face looks like incomplete without any brows on. That colour is so much better on me than some of the other products I've used before. I have gone like for some full-on like dark questionable brows before. Like not like James Charles questionable. I don't know that I've ever been that bad apart from like the first time I used a brow pencil. But otherwise I definitely find that this looks very nice on me. Like normally I wasn't so bougie. Like when I started I thought like, oh, I can just have all my drugstore like alternatives, there's no need for me to buy high-end. But these, like I kind of get why Benefit and their brow products are like a big deal. Do you know what I'm saying? Not sponsored at all. So I'm not like completely happy with like the shape of my brows, but I can always sort that out in a bit. I'm then going to put on like the Gimme Brow I also have in shade 3. I then put that on before I carve my brows out because I have a bit of an unsteady hand, and if I get it like up here, I would rather like conceal when I'm carving out than put it on over the top of my concealer, if you know what I'm saying. But I just find this like gives some like definition to the hairs. It makes the brow look a little bit like less fake almost. And actually I can then see if I've like missed any spots, like if any bits need filling in before I go over with the concealer. After that I tend to go in with my Benefit Boing concealer in the shade Light 1 because it's the lightest shade and it's probably going to be the closest match for me, even though it's a bit too dark. And I go in with my Zoeva Scream Queen Winged Liner Brush. And then I tend to just start under this section because this is the section that gets like the messier. Just cleans up that line. Like I haven't even blended it out yet and you can just see that line is just a little bit cleaner, a little bit sharper. I just clean up under here. Like I definitely need to pluck my brows. Like I can see like the Gimme Brow has attached to some of the hairs down here that I need to kind of clear up. Like it will catch every hair, so you need to be like on top of your eyebrows if you don't want it to like look a little bit dodgy like mine do. So I am going to do my other brow off camera and then we'll be back to kind of try some other products. My brows need some serious attention. They are barely cousins, let alone sisters. Let's get the Pretty Started palette. So it has the Hoola bronzer, the California blush, and it has the What's Up highlighter and a little mirror. Now I've already powdered my face because I forgot, so unfortunately we're not going to be able to use What's Up. I may try it on top of the powder a little bit. I tend to go in with like pressed ones rather than liquid ones with my finger and just kind of press into the skin. I find that just helps like blend them in. I'm not seeing any like problems with it going over the powder, like it's not balling or anything, but it is like a very natural glow. Dipped in like just a few times, and I think it's a little on the dark side for me. I don't think it's too dark like you can see a streak or anything on my face when I do this. Like it has like a nice pretty natural glow. I'm much more of like a blinding highlight girl, so I will just keep topping that up, and you can see it does build up to a bit more of like a glow, but it does look a little bit dark actually. I am going to even it up because with any mistake or anything that I make, you even things up, and that way once you fix them it looks even. Do you know what I'm saying? So it is like a kind of nice pretty glow. It's not my like absolute favourite. So next we're going to go in with the Hoola bronzer down here. I'm going to take my normal BH number 1 brush. I then do like blend it out with a different brush. I found that this one is fantastic for getting the placement I want. Even though I'm pale, I haven't tried the Hoola Light. I think that might be a little bit of a better colour for me. This is a touch on the orange side. I do tend to just press it into the skin first, and then we go in and start with the blending. You can always put more on. I've probably put too much on already. I then take a kind of big fluffier brush just to blend the product out. You can blend with the other brush and it will keep it a little bit more precise, but I find like this is like a much quicker blend actually. So when I'm running late, like if I'm going to bronze, then this is the way I'm going to do it. Like it looks less obvious actually, like in the mirror in comparison to on my monitor. Like it just looks like a kind of a natural glow, whereas this just, it has like a little patchy look almost, but it doesn't look patchy at all in real life. So I am just going to top it up a little bit with a bit more product because I'm not getting quite the effect that I want. I also find if I go around my hairline, like just adds a little bit more colour. And then I go around my forehead with this blending brush, and that's just given such a nice glow. That is looking very pretty. I'm really enjoying that. So next I'm going to go in with this angled brush into California and just dot a little on the cheek. Like that is very pigmented. Like you only need a very small amount, and I like to kind of bring it from part of the way into the bronzer and upwards, blending it into the highlight that I've already like laid down with what's up, and I still think I see like a decent glow from that. I found these pigmented blushes I have to blend a little longer just to make it, you know, a bit more like a smooth transition rather than like in your face clown face moment, you know. I definitely feel like with a highlight, when I'm looking up close, I can see like any pores that I have emphasized, and I don't normally have like a big pore problem, to be honest. Like, I don't normally notice it, but I definitely feel like I can see that if I look up close. And then just gonna kind of veil. If I feel it needs more blending, then I'll do some of this like swirling motion, but if I just need to tone it down, I can just press the powder in like that. So I am so happy with how that's looking. Like, I feel a little bit more like blush than I anticipated. Like, I definitely feel like I put a touch too much on, but because I like a little bit more of a glow, I picked out another highlight to use on top. You can see this is well used. This is a Revolution Skin Kiss highlighter in Iced Kiss. So I'm just going to take my Luxe Powder Fusion brush, a little swirl and tap, and then just top the highlight. I don't feel like it needs loads. Also, because it's too dark, I wouldn't want to be putting that highlight on like my nose here or anything like that, because it's just not going to give necessarily the effect that I want. So honestly, I'm not feeling, but anyway, I'm going to use my Origins Ginseng Brightening Mascara. I haven't used it in a while, so honestly I cannot remember what I think of it. Yeah, I remember it had like a huge brush, so I'm going to be as careful as I can be. So that mascara is not like my absolute favourite. It coats the lashes well enough, but again, you have to be super careful not to touch your skin because the brush is so big, and I don't feel like it does like the most fantastic job. And as like a more high-end mascara, I feel like it should do a better job for the price. So now we're going to go into the lip product. This is the Flower Beauty Miracle Matte Lip in Rosewood. It's definitely a colour that I will use, do you know what I'm saying? That looking here, it's a product that like I don't have a colour necessarily quite like it. I've been kind of moving more towards these than like your traditional like nudes. I'm not sure about this applicator. Like, I quite like the like Maybelline Superstay applicator, you know, with that kind of shape. Like, in all fairness, I wasn't sure about this NYX Slip Tease applicator. So this is like a new gloss I've got, and that's quite different to some of the applicators I've seen before, but it worked well enough. So we shall see. This has like a really sweet smell. It definitely is fragranced. That colour is so pretty. The applicator is actually super soft and worked pretty well. I have kind of got like a smooth line for the bottom lip, so now we're going to do the top. I'm freaking loving this colour, I really am. That feels so lightweight, I can barely feel it on my lips, and it looks so nice. Like, it looks like super natural as a liquid lipstick can look. Like, it's just, oh, I like that a lot. I feel like now with such a nice kind of bold lip, I need my eyes to amp up. So I think I'm going to go in with another layer of that mascara, just to, you know, amp everything up. So I really should have set my face before I put on mascara, but I forgot. So we're going to use the MAC Fix Plus in Coconut. Again, like, coconut is my absolute favourite scent for it. Like, I have picked up another bottle. Like, I find that the lavender one makes me a little sleepy, and the rose one is just like not for me. This is so nice, and it's exactly the same price as the original, so why not treat yourself to a little scent? I mean, I suppose if the scent like breaks you out, then you could go back to the original, but I just find this setting spray is just life itself for me, you know? Like, look at that glow. Like, my hair's an absolute mess today. It looked freaking better in the headband. But I am absolutely so happy with how this look turned out. Like, I absolutely freaking love it. I went well with the headband too, but I've really enjoyed the product so far. I think I wasn't a fan of the What's Up highlighter by Benefit. It just wasn't the right shade for me. It built well and everything, but I think in like a palette like this where you've got like your bronzer and blush, I feel like you have to be a bit more of a deeper skin tone than me for this to work. If you're as pale as me, then I would definitely still recommend like the blush and the bronzer, but I think the highlighter's just not right. I quite like the concealer. I think the foundation again is good, it's just too dark. the brow products were some of my favourites. Along with this lipstick, like this colour is gorgeous. This formula feels so lightweight, it is dried down like completely matte. I just feel like that mascara was not the best. I feel like it's just not worked well for me. It needed a couple of layers to kind of get to like where it is. It's not my absolute favourite. But honestly, I liked most of the products we tried. Every single one will be linked down below. I obviously did use the powders that I normally like, and I think that helps immensely. I feel like using a good powder is like the base of your makeup, and without that the rest of the products can't work well, and that's probably a good chunk of why they performed as good as they did, even though bad products on top of like a good powder still ain't going to perform well. So I've had like a fantastic time actually just like playing with the makeup. I hope you guys have enjoyed it too. If you like the video, then please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel before you leave. And if you press that notification bell, you'll be notified every time I upload. Thank you for watching.